Have you ever wondered about roulette? About roulette, the game with the wheel where the ball goes round and round and round, and then you put money on it, and then boom, you make money, or boom, you lose money. It's all based on chance. A few days ago, I went to the casino, and at the casino, I generally do one thing, and that's play roulette. I don't like cards. There's too much elements of choice. I don't like that. I like it to be as much chance as possible, which is usually the opposite of what people want. But I like the fact that it's all odds. It's probabilities. It's math. There's less room for human error, which is something that I like. It's something that makes me happy. So what I've been thinking about is ways to make my odds better at roulette. Because it's not just based on my choices. I mean, obviously I choose where to place money, but I don't have to choose, like in blackjack, whether or not I'm going to get a card and then the luck is there. It's fully what is called is entirely luck. And it's simply up to me to know whether or not I'm going to make money or lose money. Now, everything is odds, but there are ways that I've found that you can increase your own odds. Warning before I explain this, you gotta have quite a bit of money to do this method that I've been learning.
Well, oh, good lord. Let me just mix around with this. Well, while I'm at it, let me just get around to explaining what roulette is to you, for those of you who don't know, since I might as well. But let me just say, this is based on a method called 3/5, which I invented. I think you'll agree with me after seeing this video that it does work. Ah, yes, the infamous roulette board. For those of you who have not often seen it, this is how it looks. Though, this is just an image that I ripped off the internet. I didn't actually, take a really dramatic / flash gamey picture of a roulette board. The link is on the screen, so I don't plagiarize, I swear. Yes. Anyway, as you can see, there are a number of numbers. Okay. There's a number of numbers down, ranging from 1 to 36. Now, this is actually a really crappy roulette board because it's the American kind, which has 2 sets of zeros. So we're going to pretend that those 2 zeros off to the left are actually 1 0, because that makes life easier, and really, if you play the one with 2 zeros, you're an idiot. No offense, people, to do that. Okay, bit of offense intended. Also, don't usually get those 1 to 18 there. We just get they're usually down on the bottom. But that is life. Anyway, so if you look at it, you can see that while there are a few odd distributions, in general the whole thing evens out. There are 18 reds, there are 18 blacks. There are 18 even numbers, there are 18 odd numbers. There are 18 numbers in the first 18, there are 18 numbers in the second 18, which makes sense since there's 18 of them. However, the one thing that throws off a large number of the calculations is the addition of a green 0 at the far left. Now this 0, which you can see here, is, and while admittedly important, and if you land on it, you will make a giant amount of money. I don't actually remember what the payout is, but it's large. There's a 1 in 37 chance of getting that. 37 times to 1. You will not get that. Yes. So, the question is that 0 relevant to your calculations? The answer for me is 1 over 37 is not a significant factor when you're dealing with numbers like 1 over 2 or 1 over 3. So, for now, we're going to ignore it. And we're going to pretend that it doesn't exist. Because really, zeros are just bitchy. Screw zeros. They also make calculations hard in general. Especially when they're on the bottom. Oh, the denominator is a 0. Nah. Yeah, that's annoying. So, let's focus on how to take away the advantage. So, one of the main problems that I have with roulette is the fact that you often have to lose money, and sometimes you have to, if you make contradicting bets, they will destroy each other. However, I found that if you bet on a basis of 3/5, a 3 to 5 ratio, you will be able to cover your losses if you do it in a certain way. Now, obviously, it's a lot more complicated than this, and we can get into that some other time. But the way it works is the first row there, the 1 to 12, the 13 to 23, and the 23 to 36, that is a 1-3 payout. It gives you your return time. It gives you your bet times 3. All right. So if you put $1 on there, though most boards won't let you, and it landed somewhere that gave you that money, you would get $2 back for a total of times 3. Now, if you play on the very outside, the even, red, black, odd, and most 118, 1936, you get times 2, which gives you just another one of whatever you put down. So if you put 3 on the inside and 5 on the outside, you will never lose money as long as you get a hit. Alright, so now that I've done all this talking, let's do the math! Somewhere that doesn't have a roulette board on the way, because that would be really annoying! Woo!
Math on paper? Never heard of that before. Anyway, so because we've bet on a 1/3. Because we bet there, that whole area there, we can count as having been covered already, alright? We're covering that. If anything lands there, we will get money. Money is Nike swoosh. That's not a Nike swoosh, that's a check mark. I don't even know how to do Nike swoosh. I don't know, it's irrelevant. Alright, so all that's left is what's in here. Alright, so our 1/2 from down here, 1/2, etc., 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 is only needs to deal in terms of actually getting money with this area here. Alright, and this doesn't matter. We'll pretend it's not there anymore. So we're dealing with just this here. So it will get 1/2 gives us exactly 1/2 of this because it applies to the entire board, and everything is evenly distributed. So 1/2 of this, if there are exactly 24 squares, would be 12. So you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 12. So that means that there must be 12 here that you don't hit. 12 out of 24. However, 12 out of 24 isn't the whole board. The whole board is 36. So there are 12 out of 36 that you're not hitting at all. That's 1/3. You're missing 1/3 of the board. You have covered 2/3 of the board, or you've covered 24. Nike swoosh. But this is the point in our dialogue when we come to money matters. Squiggle, 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 squiggle. Squiggle, 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 squiggle. Smiley face. Yeah, anyway, money matters. So the problem is, there are several spaces on this where you'll hit one, but lose the other. This isn't fun. But what's even worse is, this is the most common. This is what's usually going to happen, often. Because remember that calculation we did earlier? The chances of you getting both of them is 1/2 times 1/3, which is just 1/6. You're not likely to get both of them. So we need to find a way to minimize our losses. So here's the thing. Let's say we've got the outside here, and I bet, I'm just going to divide it into half for realism. I don't even care. This doesn't need to be accurate. So let's say I bet here $5, and I bet there $5. $5. But unfortunately, as the wheel goes round and round and round, and oh my god, it stopped. It stopped at a weird. Well, that's a weird flower. Yeah, that's not the flower. Anyway, you only hit here, but you missed here. That's a weird cross thing. Nope, did not make it there. So this is times 3. So you get 5, and then 2 more, 5 and 5. But you lost this, so you actually made $5. So that's good. You made $5. $5. $5. That's good. But, wait. But what if you don't hit this? What if you hit this? And you don't hit this? Well, then you lost this 5, but you only gained 5 here. So you just come out exactly where you started. Not a big deal, right? Well, let's draw this again. Oh my god, I'm gonna get so sick of this by the time I'm done. I'm actually already so sick of this. Go away, you bored. No, don't go away, I love you. Alright, so let's say I bet 5 here. We need to find a way in order to make it that if I hit this, I'll make money. But I'll also make money if I hit this. Now remember that this is times 2. This is times 3. So whatever your initial amount was, you'll times it by that factor, and that will be your total amount you get back. But it won't be your profit. Your profit is this number minus 1. So that's not good. So basically, let's say I bet $5 and I got times 2, that would give me 10. But my profit would actually be 10 minus 5. So it's actually times minus n. N is your original bet. I'll put that as B naught. Look at us being all mathy. N equals B naught. So that serves a small problem, but it's not really a big deal. So I've devised a formula, as I mentioned earlier, called 3/5. 3 goes on the in, 5 goes on the out. I mean, they're both on the outside, but still. So let's say I want to bet a number on the outside. Let's say that I'm going to bet $25 on the outside, because I'm a high roller, baby. Yeah, that's a lie. I'm not a high roller. That's stupid. You shouldn't bet that much. Unless you want to bet that much, in which case you're going to probably lose it. So if I bet 25 on the outside, then what am I going to bet on the inside? Well, according to the 3/5 principle, 3/5 of 25 is 15. So I want to bet 15 on one of these. So the reason for that is because if I win my 15 but lose my 25, nope. Whee! 15 times 3 is 45. But I lose my 15, so I actually make a profit of 30. Just in case you can't do math, 30 is bigger than 25. But if I lose this and win this, well, I lose that, but I get 25 times 2 minus 25, which of course just gives me 25, but my profit is 25, and if you can't do math, 25 is bigger than 15. And that's your profit. That's not what you originally put down. So you make money if you get that, and you make money if you get that. So that gives you a profit 4/6 of the time, or in other words, 2/3 of the time you will make money. That's pretty good odds, if I do say so myself.